This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, offering everyday low prices on all the latest soccer gear with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order of $75 or more.
Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike HyperVenom Phantom in the brand new black, dark charcoal, and total crimson colorway. Like all the top-end models from Nike, a string bag is included. This particular string bag is black with your black skull and crossbones HyperVenom logo there on the front. And then on the back you will find your total crimson Nike swoosh. So I'll get that out of the way, get the shoes out of the box, get this box out of the way really quickly. And if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. I apologize if I sound a little bit funny today. I'm dealing with a bit of a cold, but we're going to do the video anyways. So here is a look at the black, dark charcoal, and total crimson colorway of the HyperVenom Phantom. Personally, I'm a huge fan of how this looks, and I think a lot of you guys are going to like this colorway, mainly because a lot of people are not a big fan of certain aesthetic aspects of the HyperVenom model. They don't really like the pattern on the upper and just the overall look of the shoe, but this black on black colorway kind of masks that particular design, where you guys can see that the Nike swoosh on the back of the heel is somewhat hidden, as well as the skull and crossbones, as it is kind of black on black, so you can't really see it, especially from a distance. It kind of has like a shiny finish, so you can see it in good lighting, but for the most part from a distance, especially when you're playing on the field, it's going to be very unnoticeable, if you will. So you still have the same kind of pattern throughout the shoe itself. It's interchanging between black and dark charcoal. The dark charcoal is like a very, very dark gray. It almost looks like black. There's barely a difference there. So for the most part, like I said, from a distance, this is going to look like an all black shoe with, of course, your total crimson accents in the HyperVenom logo right there on the side of the boot. And of course, your very large total crimson Nike swoosh, which is more of an orange than a red. I know on some website it does appear to be a little bit more red than orange, but it definitely is a fairly dark but still very, very bright orange. You do have your laces in black, your tongue in black, your ACC branding there in like a metallic silver colorway. The liner is in black. You do have your Nike Skin logo right there in a shiny black. And then, of course, your skull and crossbones. And like I mentioned earlier, your black Nike swoosh going the wrong way in like a shiny black as well. And then, of course, the sole plate itself, the base glass nylon is in a shiny black. You've got your total crimson Nike swoosh. And then this is kind of that dark charcoal, almost like a smoky gray color. Has a translucent look about it. Kind of really goes well with the upper itself. It's not all black, so it has a little bit of color to it, and overall just a really clean looking colorway in my opinion, that again, if you're looking for something that doesn't really look too much like that original HyperVenom design, if you will, then this is definitely one of the colorways that you should take a look at. As far as the shoe itself goes, going to be working on the full written review and have that up very, very shortly. But as far as the technical aspects of the shoe itself, the upper is made from what Nike calls Nike Skin Synthetic. Again, there's the branding right there. And it's basically made out of two separate layers. You have basically this honeycomb webbing made out of a thin mesh material on the inside, and then what they do is they fuse on several membrane layers of polyurethane, which is like a plastic material. And you can see that you're left with this very unique synthetic. It's very, very soft. If I remove the little cardboard thing here, you guys can see how soft and pliable it is. It almost feels like a sock on your foot. And this is brand new out of the box. Once you start to wear this around for like 20 minutes or so, and it starts to heat up with the natural body heat of your foot, you'll find that it softens up even more, even stretches a little bit, and really does feel like a sock on your foot. It's a very unique synthetic. There's nothing else like it out there on the market, and it just provides a very unique feel overall. You do have your X-ray texturing on the top, which gives it somewhat of a waxy finish. It's not so prominent on this black colorway as it is on the bright crimson colorway, in my opinion, but still has a very similar texturing and feel to the touch of the boot. It does provide some minimal grip on the ball, but not too much. Nothing like what you're going to get from something like a Predator LZ, for example. It's not like a rubberized element, but it definitely does have a noticeable and unique kind of grippy touch on the ball, which is somewhat unusual. You do have your off-centered lacing system, as you guys can see, with the laces being pushed slightly to the outside, leaving you with a very large instep and striking zone. The shoe itself does feature ACC all conditions control as well, which acts as your wet control element. Definitely something that I can appreciate on pretty much any of the top-end Nike models. The tongue itself is also made from a Nike Skin synthetic. The heel liner is very similar to what you're going to find on the Mercurial Vapor 9 in that it is kind of like a soft synthetic leather material with a surprising amount of padding considering the lightweight construction of the boot itself. Give you guys a quick look at the insole. The insole itself is dark charcoal in color. You got your mesh liner over top, your HyperVenom logo right there in orange. And it's pretty much your standard EVA foam perforated insole. Again, similar to what you're going to find in the Mercurial Vapor 9, but definitely a little bit more thick in my opinion, and it doesn't have that issue with sliding around on the inside of the shoe like you might experience in the Mercurial Vapor 9. As far as the outsole itself goes, it's definitely very unique. The sole plate itself is based from a glass nylon material, and it's actually very, very stiff. If you guys listen for a second, it's a very rigid plastic material, and it provides some really good responsiveness in the shoe. Also eliminates any kind of possible or potential stud pressure that you could get while wearing this boot on firm natural grass playing surfaces. So overall, it is one of my personal favorite features of the HyperVenom Phantom, and definitely something that you will enjoy wearing. Similar in feel to what you're going to get from the glass fiber sole plate in the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9, but to me feels a little bit more flexible where it needs to be, especially in the forefoot area of the boot. Over top, you do have your plate base, which is what's going to have all the studs on there. Of course, you do have your split toe design here, which everybody likes to talk about, but in all honesty, it doesn't really change the overall feel of the shoe at all. And from what I can tell, there's not really any kind of actual split in the sole plate at all. It's more of an aesthetic thing and something that you're not going to notice when the shoes are on your feet or even in your hands. The stud pattern itself is kind of very unique for a Nike model. It's different from pretty much anything else they have. It's loosely based off of what you're going to find on the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9, in that you do have studs placed similarly or positioned similarly on the boot itself. You've got your toe pick stud right there. You have your 3 studs on either side, which are obviously conical. As you can see, they have a very low profile about them. You do have your 1 bladed stud there in the middle as a support stud, and of course you have your 4 conical studs at the heel. Because the studs do have a more low profile about them, they penetrate the ground very, very easily, giving you some really good grip, but because they are conical, you still have plenty of maneuverability once your foot is planted. So you kind of get the best of both worlds here. It has that tremendous grip of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9 stud pattern, but you still get some of that maneuverability like you would get from something, say, like a Tiempo Legend from Nike. So overall, definitely a really good stud pattern that pretty much anybody is going to enjoy. You have a little bit of a stiffener bar going through the middle, as you guys can see, with some extra plastic material just to maintain the rigidity through the midfoot of the shoe, along with the glass nylon sole plate. So when you are striking the ball, the shoe's not going to feel flimsy on your foot, which is definitely a good thing. So that's pretty much it as far as the technical aspects of the shoe itself. And move on to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. The HyperVenom Phantom features a very lightweight construction, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that the shoe itself is lightweight, both in hand and on feet. So I'm going to weigh this pair in for you today in real time. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9 US. We're going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that these guys weigh in at 6.9 ounces. So a very similar weight range to what you're going to find from the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9. So if you are looking for that lightweight feel, you're definitely going to get it from the HyperVenom Phantom. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video goes. And move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the HyperVenom Phantoms on feet. And overall, I'm just really happy with how this shoe fits and feels on your feet. It truly does provide a second skin feel on your foot, but without feeling too restrictive. It wraps your foot almost like a second skin, leaving pretty much no extra space on the inside of the boot. But because of the softness and ability to stretch of the Nike Skin Synthetic, it doesn't have that restricted feel on your foot, but you still get that second skin sock-like fit, which is definitely very important here, making this a tight-fitting shoe, but at the same time a very comfortable fitting shoe. Now this is mainly due to the Nike Skin Synthetic, but of course the X1.1 Last, specifically developed for the HyperVenom Phantom, is also something to be applauded here. It's a shape of the boot that is designed to mirror the exact shape or the natural shape of your foot, as opposed to just being perfectly rounded off in the toe box area. So you do get a very comfortable fit. It has a slightly wider base in the forefoot to match the shape of your foot, with a more tight fit through the toe box. area of the boot. The midfoot itself does have a slightly tighter fit from right out of the box, but again, give the shoe about an hour of wear time, and you'll find that the Nike Skin Synthetic actually stretches quite a bit, especially for a synthetic material. You will find that the glass nylon sole plate is fairly stiff from right out of the box, but overall the soft synthetic upper really does make for an incredibly comfortable shoe. And like I said, give the shoe an hour of break-in time and it will feel completely different and truly will feel like a custom pair of shoes made for your feet. As far as sizing goes, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size for the best possible fit. So that's pretty much it as far as the on-feet portion of this video goes, and I'll leave you to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike HyperVenom Phantom. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be getting the full written review out for this guy very, very soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. But overall, if you were thinking about getting a pair of these for yourself, it is definitely a solid option. The Nike Skin Synthetic upper is very unique, and the overall feel and performance of the boot is something that can't really be compared to anything else out there on the market. It's a fantastic shoe and something that I truly did enjoy wearing and will continue to wear even after testing this particular shoe. In the meantime, if you guys do want some more information on the overall performance, be sure to check out my playtest review video. I'll leave an annotation to that on screen. It will give you some pretty good information as to the overall performance of this particular model. And if you guys do want to check out the review page on my website in the meantime, you can find a link to that down below in the description, where you will find buy it now links with the best prices online, including some exclusive SR4U coupon codes to get yourself some additional discounts if you are interested in ordering a pair of these for yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. If you aren't subscribed already, be sure to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear. All of my social media links can be found down below in the description. And other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.